Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Zeppelin. Welcome back to the channel. We have literally just finished the recording listening to microcuts from the Muse Origin of Symmetry Anniversary Remastered album. It is the 20th anniversary of the second studio album from Muse, and we are listening through song by song of the remastered album, and we are now moving on to Screenager. Screenager is again another very good song, and I think one that a lot of people, when listening to this album or trying to pick out different works from this album, will often overlook. Although I think it has a great sound to it, and I love some of the live performances that they do. Again, it's very sort of spacey in some of the sounds that it works with, so I'm very curious to see what they've done in touching those sounds up now. They could have messed with it a lot, or they could have just again boosted the clarity in some of the sounds. They could have done anything. So I'm very interested to listen to it, and I'm very interested to hear what your thoughts and opinions are on the song. And the reaction that you're about to see. If you have any thoughts or opinions, make sure to leave them in the comment below. Make sure to like the video or dislike. If you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like, and I'll try and improve it for the next one. Quite new to your reaction videos, so you know, any advice is welcome. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get straight into Screenager. That's how you pronounce it, right? I presume it's Screenager. Getting all those sounds automatically and way clearer. Oh yeah, like that guitar is way more prominent. That had a bit of a kick to it. Oh, that bass. Oh, you can pick out all the little elements now. They're not muddled. That's so cool. Man, this song needed that. Alright, just pausing it there, man. I am really liking this. I am surprised by how much I'm liking this. You know, I don't know every instrument that's in this song. I think there's some other layering other than the wind chimes that I'm missing out on even in this, because I'm not trying to pick it apart as much as I am just trying to enjoy it. But there's definitely way more to be picked out there. You know, everything is so much clearer. Again, it's always nice having a rock song more clear, but when it comes to more intimate music, any little sound that you can improve upon can really add to the effect of it, and that's really good. That's really good. You know, the Screenager is one of those songs that I could imagine even Muse themselves in sitting down and going fixing up music would have been like, oh shit, this is one we wrote. You know, songs that over the years have just kind of got lost in the catalog, so to speak. The Screenager definitely seems like one of them, and God, there was love put into this one. I you know, especially now that Matt Bellamy's gotten back into his more slower piano-like stuff in recent years. I definitely feel like he came back to this one, fell in love with it, and really wanted to give it the touch-up it deserved. I mean, all of them deserved a good touch-up. I mean, how many of these reactions now have I talked about the clarity needing improvement and it getting the improvement? So yeah, that is really cool. That has surprised me how nice that sounds. As we're going into the chorus now, let's get back into it. Bass is very prominent there. Hmm. I think we've run into the first thing I don't like. Wow. I never thought I'd say that. Bet everyone who was watching the series thought I was just going to be a big yes man to Muse, but no, I didn't like that. Don't get me wrong, the clarity of everything was amazing, but it was being overpowered by the bass there. I think I mentioned in the chorus that's a very prominent bass. I mean, I get that bass sort of that plucking is supposed to be the pulse of that chorus, you know, but it's one of those songs where you could get rid of the bass entirely. You could have maybe just a low-lying even synth bass, and you let those other spirally, otherworldly elements take over for that song. And I would have way preferred. I know they've bass boosted a lot of this album, which again a lot of the songs needed. But for this song, they could have if anything retracted the bass and upped those swirls and let the sort of those weird sounds take over. Maybe it's because of the live performance fundamentally, and they do the bass well live, but you can't get all those swirly sounds that maybe getting the background guy or the background team to do a bunch of extra work, so they want to keep it as that, you know, fundamentally the three instruments. But no, maybe I'm just being overcritical. Maybe on second listen I think differently. Maybe I have these headphones are bass boosted a little bit, so maybe it's just for that section it's overpowering it. But no, I'm disappointed is a very strong word to use, so I'm not going to use that. I'm a little taken aback by that. I would have loved to have heard more of those distorted elements take over this song, but they're still there and they're way clearer, don't get me wrong, so it's a minor complaint at best. One thing I will say is I love his vocals way more live than on the studio version of this album. Except for the chorus, I mean like the main lyrics. Bass is very strong. Picking out those swirly elements now. They're very clear still. Alright, the song is pretty much over. I'm gonna let it run. It's just I only done really one pause in this, and I need to get another in. I was kind of just, I really wanted to sit and listen to that to try and get a second opinion on it, even within the song. It's yeah, I think I was being a bit too critical the first time around. Like, the bass isn't overpowering, all those other elements are still really clear. But I still would have just loved to see the bass pull back a little bit, you know. I was very excited by this at the start, but it still probably isn't my favorite that they've done remaster wise. But I still really like it. Let's run it out and I'll give you my opinions. Now left it just the chimes. Alright, so that was Screenager by Muse. Now, should I say the remaster of Screenager by Muse. Yeah, it is not my favorite of the remasters, but again, as a song, I have a personal liking to. I mean, it's a weird one, you see, because I'm also trying to be critical, because I don't want to come across as a big yes man in these reactions. You know, I want them, because an honest opinion of a Muse fan is that he's gonna like 99% of Muse songs, you know, so I'm trying to come at this as best as I can from an objective view, and I think from an objective view, with that base, there are criticisms to be had, and that's sort of where that's where my main attack is here, you know. That's the main criticism that I would have, but I don't think it detracts from the rest of it. I don't want that to shadow sort of how good the song is overall, you know. I really like this song. I just still think that if I really wanted to listen to the song, I would probably choose a live version. Like even the live version from the Hullaboo album, I really like. I'd probably choose that over this. But I do think it's a very good song. I think it's a good remaster. I think in terms as well just of the album in general, in terms of pacing, it's nice that it brings the pace down a little bit. You know, Muse albums are kind of notorious of almost being very front stacked, and this kind of brings the pace down enough, and is where the album slows, but it's still work that I really like, and I don't want to take away from it. Like I give it an easy 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5, you know, which is low considering what I've been given to the Muse stuff, but I really like it. Alright, so that's it for the video. We are going to be moving on to Dark Shines next. Remember, if you're watching this video the day it comes out, then there's going to be another reaction to the next song on the album out tomorrow. And all the previous reactions should already be in the channel. However, if this video has been out for a while, then all the reactions should already be on the channel. Make sure to go check them out. I would really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying these reactions so far. I hope you enjoy them going forward. And I'm going to make sure to enjoy the next one when we move on to doing Dark Shines. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you then. Peace.